lovely friends, it's Margaret, and this is not a vlog. Okay, so it is time to talk about the 100. I know I missed my 702 video. I just didn't feel like last week was an appropriate time to post it, so I didn't. But I am going to let you guys watch what I had to say about episode 702, and then we will come back and I will talk about 703, which the title of which I don't remember either. I just have stopped caring, apparently. So it is time to talk about 702. I don't even remember what the name of the episode is. I don't care. It is not important in the grand scheme of things what the episode is named. It probably will mean something later, but we're here before work recording this video because I need to talk about it, and I've been putting it off for a couple of days. So, where are my notes? This episode was not, it was better, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. It wasn't as disjointed. I felt like the storyline was put together much better than the 701's storyline was put together. I found myself more invested in what was going on and more interested in what was happening, and I think a lot of that is because we're being introduced to this new world of Skyring, and so you're trying to figure out all of the things that work there. You're trying to figure out what's going on with this whole memory thing that happens, which I'm still fascinated by and I would like more explanation of, but I'm starting to kind of get a grasp on what's going on and why these things are happening and what's why we've seen what we've seen from Octavia and Hope and all of that. So that's interesting. Watching Octavia's journey and seeing how she gets from where we see her at the beginning of season 6 to where she is at the end of season 6, that was cute. And then watching her use the things that she'd learned from Bellamy. Convenient timing though. I mean, you're gonna tell me that you come through the bridge right at the moment that Diosa is having her baby? Okay. I'm curious as to why this show seems to think that all women pass out for hours after having a baby, because that is not the experience of anyone I know or any real story I've heard of. I'm sure it happens, but I don't think that's a sign of a normal birth. I think that's a sign of something's terribly wrong. So, anyways, we never said television did childbirth accurately though, because every time you have a pregnant woman, you have the obligatory awkward birth scene, and it drives me nuts. I'm not gonna lie, I like Planet Beta better than Skyring. Just, it sounds like a planet name. Skyring sounds like a My Little Pony. So I like Planet Beta better, but I have a feeling we're gonna get stuck with Skyring. I'm interested in why there's no one there. Like, why is the planet completely uninhabited? Why are these planets, like here, completely habitable and completely uninhabited? These are the weird science questions that I find myself asking, because, like, there's no sign of civilization, or of a civilization that's, like, died off. Like, okay, but if they're habitable planets, they should have signs of civilization on them. Anyways, I'm interested to find out who the disciples are. Obviously, they're a cult. It's going to be fun to deal with another one of those, because we keep doing this. You'd think we could come up with a cleverer bad guy, but, like, that's in the last, like, 3 seasons. Bad guy has been a cult. Okay, that works. I also think that it's weird how hard they were going for the whole give up narrative between Octavia and Echo. I was just super annoyed with that. Like, you're telling people that they have to just sit back and give up. Like, why can't you look for other options? Why can't you, what is so hard about this concept? Like, it's okay, I promise. It's like, looking for other options is not going to hurt you if you're careful about it. So I was really annoyed with Diosa that she was expecting Octavia to pretend like Bellamy wasn't her brother anymore, and that Bellamy being mad at her meant that she should stop caring about him, because that's not how family works. Anyways, I missed everyone else. Oh my gosh, Gabriel was so adorable in this episode when he was like, I need a pencil or something to write with, and I was just like, oh, that was cute. Like, he's such a nerd, and I love it. Okay, guys, I love how nerdy he is. It's adorable. I'm also shipping him with literally everyone. Like, what is it about this actor that I'm just like, yeah, you'd work with them, and with them, and with them, and with, okay, just pick one. This video is probably not going to be as long as some of my other ones, because I don't have a lot to say about it. I liked it. I liked what we got with Octavia. I liked the moments we got with Echo and Hope. Oh, I love the letter that Octavia wrote Bellamy. That was a good letter. And I hope Bellamy gets it at some point in the future. When did Octavia learn to swim? Because there's no way she could have learned to swim when she was on the Ark. So at what point did she learn how to actually swim? I am confusion. I would like to know why. When Hope was like, what is it about Bellamy that has otherwise sensible women willing to die for him? I can't talk, sorry. And I'm just like, you need to meet him, you'll understand. Like, oh, speaking of the fact that she was alone for probably a good 10, 20 years, that hurts. That is sad. I don't like that. I understand why Hope doesn't like Bellamy, because that's why Octavia was trying so hard to leave. Like, I get that part. The water bottle that she puts the letter in, I have that exact same water bottle. They just basically spray printed it silver, and yeah, I've got it downstairs. Funny. Here's something that really bugged me. Okay, so when, I don't know what his name is, the random crazy dude breaks the tablet. Guys, you want to tell me we're in the, what, 23rd, 24th, 22nd century? I don't know how far in the future we are, but you want to tell me that it's a tablet in a protective casing and you can just throw it on the ground and it's going to break, that we have not evolved our phones to a point that, like this has more durability than that tablet had. Like, my dad could drop his iPad and it would have more, like, I'm just like, you think we would be 200-300 years in the future and we would have these things and humans would not have made them so that they're not going to be much more durable? Like, that was barely a drop. It shouldn't have broken it. My laptops have survived better dropping from higher. One of the other things is they have so many, like, native to earth, like, they have tomatoes and other things, and they had a lot of the clothing. I'm just sitting there going, where are they getting these things from? I'm assuming it's probably because the prison doesn't want people to starve, possibly, since it, or whoever, the disciples don't want people to starve when they get stuck on Skyrim. But I'm just like, maybe we should go for something that looks a little less terrestrial. Like I said, I enjoyed that episode more. It seemed better put together. It felt less like a waste of our time. I do have an issue, like, okay, here's the thing. I think they're trying to get us invested in Hope the way we're invested in the other characters, and I think it's too late for that. If we were going to have a season 8 or 9, that might be a thing that's worth looking into. But I think this late in the game, as much as I enjoyed this episode, I think that having it solely focus on Hope and her backstory, part of it was Octavia's backstory, but I think trying to get us to care about Hope as much as we care about the other characters, I don't care about her. Whatever. So I think they might be, I feel like they might be going about her character just slightly wrong. But I don't know. This season has just, I'm starting to feel like it's gonna be the worst season we've seen yet on the 100, because these 3 episodes, and here's my issue with, like, there's not that much that I have to talk about for this episode, and that's the problem. You know, these episodes have felt like they're filler. Like, we're just putting in episodes and plot things that can happen and make things complicated while we're waiting for Bob Morley to get through his time off. That's what this feels like. okay? It feels like we are stretching out plot lines that did not need to be stretched out. And I'm not the only one that feels that way. I've been talking with some friends that are like, yeah, it just feels like that's what's happening. I honestly would have done this so much differently. I don't know if there was, what the stipulations behind Bob taking time off. I don't know if he specifically wanted time off at the beginning of the season or if he just wanted time off in general. Because ideally, honestly, the way they should have handled this, there's one of two ways they could have handled it. Shorten the season. I feel like I would have just been like, I would have shortened the season. I would have been like, how about we just don't start filming as early? We shorten this season. We only do 13 episodes. And would that be okay? Like, that is honestly what I think they needed to have done. Just started filming later, give all of the cast time off, and not deal with, like, just not stretch things out to this extent, because it is very clear that we can't move forward in this plot, at least the one happening at Sanctum, without Bellamy. It also could just be that they are handling it poorly. Story-wise, I think the best way to have handled this would have been to have Bellamy go missing in episode 2 or 3, so we've got that extra kind of added thing of like all of this crap is going on, and now we have that extra tension of this person who is so key to the group's dynamic is missing, and so he's missing for the 4 or 5 episodes or however they negotiated Bob to have time off. And then we find him and we get into the real, like, the ramping up of the rest of the season. There really is not that much to talk about. What even happened in this episode? Like, we know it's Shade Hedda. No one knows that Russell is actually Shade Hedda at this point. I did not notice until a recap that it was actually Sean Maguire who came back to be in Russell's headspace for like 30 seconds and to get his throat slit. So that was kind of funny. The whole reactor thing, if this had been season 4 or 5 or 6, it would have taken half an episode to handle all of that. And I also think that there's a lot more that we could have done with that. I'm very disappointed in Raven and the fact that she didn't count on him to do the right thing. I wish John had... I'm pretty sure Hatch knew he was gonna die. There was a moment where I actually started to like Hatch, and then he's like, oh yeah, and we just killed these people because it seemed like the right thing, the good thing to do. And I'm just like, nope, never mind, I hate you again, and now you're dead. I still do like him better than Nikki. I don't. We've already got one homicidal blonde woman on this show. We don't need two. The flip-flopping that has happened with Clark, where last episode she was angry and pissed off, and this episode she's like, yeah, I was wrong last night, and I shouldn't have burned things down. That was a funny quote. Burning the palace down was a bit of a, what was it, overreaction? Burning down the palace was a bit extreme. Yeah. I don't feel like she actually is sorry about that. So there's that. I am liking the bonding that's going on between Clark and Gaia, because I don't think she has enough female friends. She just doesn't. We'll see if anything more oh my god, if more happens with that, I will be so extremely pissed, because we know Wyatt, like, just... I don't like relationships where it doesn't happen until the last season, where there's no build in past seasons. Like, it bothers me. Especially when you have 6 seasons of build with another character. Anyways, I miss Bellamy. I said this like 4 times during that episode. I miss Bellamy, because if we had Bellamy, the plot would be moving forward. I also have an issue with the fact that we're relying on Jordan Green to be the group's consciousness, guys. Like, why is it Jordan who is having to corral all of the white people and tell them what's right? Like, why is that what's happening in this show? Like, I honestly thought I was going to have problems with Jordan this episode, but I actually like, not this episode, this season, but I like where his character arc is taking him, where he's not just, like, I thought he was going to be out for revenge and to get, but I like the fact that he's like, guys, like, this is not, there's more for my Bellamy and Clark die at the end of the season. More evidence. Theory. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate it so much. This felt like the longest episode ever. There's really not that much to talk about because not that much happened. We just had a whole lot of pointless drama and stuff going on. And like, it's so annoying because so much of it is stuff that is plot relevant, and yet the way we're doing it, it's like, this is boring. This is boring, and I hate it because I've never, like, I can't remember watching a single episode of this show where I was like, when is it over? When are we done? Like, there's always, even in the episodes that are about characters, they're just like, there's always something to keep me invested. They did a better job with Echo last episode, keeping me invested in the storyline with 3 characters that barely had any screen time until last season. I just, like, 2 brand new characters, one that we've had of the, but only, like, just, I'm just annoyed. I am so annoyed at the way that they are handling this final season. I am. Hopefully, once we get past, I think it's going to be 5 or 6, and we start getting into the meat of what is like things start actually happening, these videos will be much more optimistic and much more fun. But right now, it's just me ranting and being angry about stuff. So, Murphy and Amori were good in this episode. I liked them. Murphy and Amori end up being the only good thing in this show. I'm gonna be so pissed though, because there were so many things that they could have done, and I just, like, this season is going to be what decides whether this was a good show or not. That's gonna be it. This is gonna be the season that decides whether or not these people know what they were doing with this story. Or if they should have just ended it at season 5. You remember when we went into season 6 and we thought that Bellamy and Clark were finally gonna get their crap together, and then they didn't? I just, I'm so frustrated. 6 seasons, guys. 6 seasons of build. And it's just, we haven't even mentioned Bellamy Bates hardly in 3 episodes. There are so many better ways they could have done this. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I usually am much more optimistic. Go ahead and check out some of the other videos on my channel. Also, give it a thumbs up if you agreed with any of the things I said. Thumbs it down if you're pissed off that I'm pissed off. I honestly don't care. Meh. That is it for now, my friends. Happy reading, and I will see you later when we will talk about more wordy, nerdy things. Bye!